What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. Got some major news for you guys in this video. The White House threatens a major veto that could affect tens of millions of Americans. And in this video, check this out. Scientists say they have found a chapter of the Bible hidden under a section of text for more than 1,000 years. Yeah. Yeah, we'll be covering all that here in this video. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing here if you haven't yet, so you don't miss out on any new videos. Here we go. This comes as 3 in 5 Americans now say inflation is causing financial hardship, 60% about, and 2/3 of Americans are very concerned about a potential debt limit breach. Anytime you get near the 2/3 amount, 66%, 60%, either of these is considered a supermajority whenever you get anywhere near about this amount. Both of these are very concerning numbers. Yeah, 2/3 of Americans say they are very concerned about a potential breach of the debt limit that would send the country into default, and shows that most people want it to be raised with a condition of reducing the federal deficit. Wow. Yeah, 66% say they're extremely or very concerned, including 71% of Democrats and 64% of Republicans. 60% said the debt ceiling should be raised along with an agreement to cut the deficit, while 19% said it should be raised without any condition, including a third of Democrats. More than 7 in 10 Republicans and more than half of Democrats said it should be raised along with deficit reductions. Only 16% said that the debt ceiling should not be raised, including about 20% of Republicans. Also, the White House has issued a veto threat on a measure blocking a student loan debt relief program here from the Republicans. The White House says here they issued a veto threat to a Republican-led bill in the House that would block Biden's student loan forgiveness program for over 40 million Americans. This is also one thing that Republicans have had as one of their conditions in the debt ceiling negotiations kind of going on here. In a statement of White House administration policy, the White House expressed its concerns with the House resolution to disapprove of student loan forgiveness plan, which provides $10,000 to $20,000 in relief for millions of eligible student loan borrowers, saying, quote, "This resolution is an unprecedented attempt to undercut our historic economic recovery and would deprive more than 40 million hardworking Americans of much needed student debt relief." The administration said in a statement, adding that President Biden would veto the measure if it came to his desk. The White House further warned that overturning the student loan relief program would disproportionately hurt middle-class Americans, noting that roughly 90% of the student debt relief is expected to go to individuals earning less than $75,000 per year. And actually, that's only a little bit more than the average. As you can see here, according to ZipRecruiter, as of May 16th, actually, pretty up to date here, the average annual pay for Americans in the U.S. is $58,563 a year. Just in case you need a simple salary calculator, that works out to be $28.16 an hour as an average. This includes salaried people, career people, and minimum wage people. $28 an hour is about the average $58,000 a year. Snowy keeps bringing me a toy here. Yeah, I know you want to play. But yeah, I mean, you got to remember here that places like Walmart and Amazon, the two largest employers in the U.S., they say that their starting wages now are around $15 an hour. So if that's their starting wages in a lot of places at 15, and really that's kind of the minimum wages in some states actually, it does kind of make sense that $28 an hour could be an average. And this is according to ZipRecruiter. I'm sure you could look up other statistics on other places and maybe get slightly different numbers. You can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Of course, you might get slightly different averages from different places. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. Meanwhile, this pause on student loan payments is set to end for over 40 million people, regardless of if the Supreme Court decision doesn't come yet, on June 30th. On June 30th. And the average student loan payment is somewhere around $400 or a little bit more per month. That's $5,000 per year. $5,000 per year. And this is going to be kind of a financial shock for the 40 plus million people because they haven't had to pay on it for like over 3 years now, going back to former President Donald Trump when he paused it back in 2020. So when all these people have to pay their $5,000 or so, of course, some people it's less, some people it's more. It's going to be a strain on a lot of people's finances. We have a new special counsel looking into Trump's overseas business dealings. This also comes as Hunter Biden could be facing potential charges here and what they've been looking into for his. So there's kind of both sides going on here. You can see this headline here. President Biden defends his son Hunter Biden ahead of possible federal tax evasion crimes and gun charges. Biden said in an interview, quote, "My son has done nothing wrong," as the Justice Department concludes a criminal investigation that's been going on for quite a while here. And there's this new investigation here on special counsel eyeing Trump's overseas business reports, similar to Hunter Biden's overseas business reports, where they're both looking into money that was made. You can see here, special counsel Jack Smith has issued a subpoena for records of business deals that former President Donald Trump's company made with 7 countries since he took office in 2017. Multiple outlets are reporting. Smith requested information on real estate and development deals that the Trump organization had with China, France, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates, and Oman. 2 people familiar with the matter told the New York Times, and 1 person familiar with the matter told the Washington Post. I actually remember just from my memory this because I mentioned this on my channel here. This is actually back from November of 2022, so only like 6 months ago. The Trump family signs a deal with Saudi real estate developer behind a $1.6 billion hotel and golf resort deal in Oman, just ahead of the former president's big announcement at Mar-a-Lago 6 months ago. So this is with the Saudi real estate developer in Oman for a $1.6 billion deal. Now, Trump doesn't get the whole $1.6 billion. That's what the whole, hotel is going to cost and stuff like that. But this is being looked into this is one of the things being looked into. And there's a subpoena involved with this. Trump is only known to have made one deal with a company from any of those 7 countries since he took office, licenses its name for a golf resort in Oman with a Saudi developer. There you go. The deal was announced just as Trump announced his 2024 presidential campaign. The company declared it would not make any foreign business dealings while Trump was in the White House. And they're investigating this and the classified and sensitive documents as well. Now, nothing may come of both the Hunter Biden and the Trump cases. They might be completely legal, they might not. But nonetheless, there's special counsels on both of these sides looking into them to see if they pay taxes on them, if applicable, because they're maybe overseas. So they're going to look into all the details on that. I'll keep you up to date here. Also, in a story I found very interesting, scientists say they have found a chapter of the Bible hidden under a section of text for more than 1,000 years. Scientists say they have found an old version of a Bible chapter that was hidden underneath a section of text for more than 1,500 years. Grigory Kessel, a historian at the Austrian Academy of Sciences, announced the discovery in an article in the New Testament Studies, a peer-reviewed academic journal published by Cambridge University Press. Kessel said he used ultraviolet photography to see the earlier text under 3 layers of words written on a pamphlet, an ancient manuscript that people used to write over other words, but often left traces of the original writing behind. Pamphlets were used in ancient times due to the scarcity of parchment. Words would be written on the material repeatedly until several layers covered the hidden words underneath. Wow. Kessel said in a news release that the text was an extended, unseen version of chapter 12 in the book of Matthew that was originally a part of the old Syriac translations of the Bible some 1,500 years ago. He said he made the discovery in the manuscript held at the Vatican Library. The manuscripts offer a unique gateway for researchers to understand the earliest phrases of the Bible's textual evolution, according to the news release, and shows some differences from modern translations of the text. For instance, according to the release, the original Greek version of Matthew 12-1, which is one of the most commonly used today, said, at the time Jesus went through the grain fields on the Sabbath, and his disciples became hungry and began to pick the heads of grain and eat. The newly discovered Syriac translation, however, is slightly different. It says, began to pick the heads of grain, rub them in their hands, and eat them. You can actually see some pictures here. I had to actually go to Cambridge's website to actually see some of them. And they're, as you can kind of gather, very, very old manuscripts. Probably about 2,000 years so, and some old, right? Yeah. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here with everything going on here in our country and around the world that you need to know about. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe down below. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on any new videos. And thanks for liking and share this video with anybody that needs to see or hear this. Yeah. And here's some videos you should watch next. The US is actually banning some foods here. You can see that here in this video. And Congress is actually considering $14 trillion worth of cash payments. And you can hear it directly from the congressman and what they're saying about it. It's crazy. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.